So good morning everyone, my name is Brilliant Tori, a BSNT student from Notre Dame of Takram College. So today I'm going to perform the prenatal visit and including a fundic measurement and performing uh, Leopold's maneuver. So first you need to identify the client and explain the procedure, assess the client's health history including the patient's personal, family, social, previous obstetrical and present obstetrical data. So then is to assess the client's knowledge on guidelines for health, uh, pregnant and antepartum care, and then review the plans for antepartum care visits, examination, and laboratory findings. And then next is to monitor the patient's vital signs and then measure the height on initial visit and monitor the weight in succeeding visit. Lastly is to conduct a physical examination, begin from head to toe. So good morning, ma'am. My name is Brilliant Dilatori and I am a BSN2 student of Notre Dame of Takram College. So can you state your name and your birth date?
Trixie de la Torre, September 28.
So what name should I call you?
Trixie.
Okay, ma'am, Trixie. Okay, so for your prenatal visit today, I'm going to measure your fundic height and then i-determine natin yung position ng baby or yung fetal presentation niya ngayon, kung saan na siya nakaharap, and if we will determine if your baby is already engaged or not. Okay, so after you identify the client and then explain the procedure, you need to instruct patient to empty or void her bladder before the examination. So, ma'am, if naiihi po kayo, pwede po kayong pumunta din sa CR natin. So, need mo umihi before mag-start ng examination. So, after that, position the client in a dorsal recumbent, then drape client and expose the abdomen from the level of the xiphoid process down to the symphysis pubis. Okay, ma'am? Higa po kayo dito, ma'am. Nandahan lang. Okay. Slightly bend your knee po. Pwede kayong mag-ganyan kung gusto niya. Okay. After that, we will measure the fundic height using a tape measure starting from 0 centimeter. So, the centimeter side should be facing the abdomen and the inch side should be facing the examiner. So, locate the highest point of the fundus and then leave one hand in place and secure a tape measure at the end of the tape measure to the fundus, and then measure down to the top of symphysis pubis. So, and then after that, you record. Do not forget to document. Pwede din sa last part nyo na document the then I'm going to document it on the process. And then, perform the Leopold's maneuver and then warm 2 hands by rubbing one against the other before placing them on the abdomen, and then perform the maneuvers. So the first 3 maneuvers you will be facing, the examiner will be facing the side of the bed and then faces the client. So I adjusted the camera so that I can able to freely move without being anxious if I am in the camera or not. Okay. So for the first maneuver, the fundal grip. So here on the first maneuver, with both hands, palpate the upper abdomen of the client and fundus for determining the head or the buttocks. So the head, consistency of the head is the round, hard, and well defined. And then for the mobility, head moves independently and which is less mobile. So, if yung hawakan mo is soft and not hard, no, or hindi siya bilog, or hindi siya mabilis gumalaw, it means you are currently um, palpating the buttocks of the baby. But then, if you are um, observing, or if you observed a round or a hard, movable um, uh, thing inside of the womb, it means it is the fetal's head. So I'm going to perform a first maneuver wherein perform ko siya using a triangle on my hand. So papalpate tayo. Ayan. Madidetermine natin dito ulit yung head or buttocks ng baby. After that, we will perform the second maneuver, which is the umbilical grip. So here, with both hands moving down, palpate the sides. So kanina, dun tayo sa top of the fundus here. By this step or the second maneuver, dito tayo sa side. No? So, the sides of the uterus. So, from top to bottom, yung process o yung pagkasunod-sunod from one side. If mapalpate mo is soft and hard resistance surface, yun yung back. No, if you palpate an angular modulation, it means those are the lower extremities or the arms or elbows of the baby. So again, sa side tayo ng uterus ng mother. So since it is the second maneuver, we are still facing the client. So I'm going to palpate from top to bottom. So one side is stationary and the other one is palpating. So from up to down motion tayo. And then vice versa. My other hand or my dominant hand will be stationary and the other one is palpating. Again with a top to bottom motion. On our third maneuver is the pollex grip. So with the right hand over symphysis, identify the presenting part by grasping the lower abdomen with thumb and fingers. So this is where you assess for the presenting fetal's head when if it is engaged or not in the pelvis. So by this step or third maneuver, our hands will be like this. No, the cut. We will be palpating, or we will be palpating using our thumb and our fingers on the top symphysis pubis. So the top. I'm going to palpate. So for our fourth maneuver, so since the first three maneuver we will be facing the client, on the fourth maneuver we will be facing the bottom part of the client. So the nurse this is where the fourth maneuver is called pelvic grip. So since we are going to grip the pelvic, not to check if the fetal head is engaged or not, it is called pelvic grip on the fourth maneuver. So this alters position by turning hands on the patient's feet with both hands. So assess the descent of the presenting part by locating the cephalic prominence of the bro. You place your fingers on both sides of the uterus for about 2 inches above the inguinal ligament, so you have to press downwards and inwards. So if the fetal back is palpated, and it means it meets no obstruction. So on the other hand, if it meets obstruction, then the fetal bro is palpated. So after that, reposition the client and administer tetanus toxoid vaccine as scheduled. So after administering the TT vaccine, or the protection against tetanus for the mother and the fetus, you need to administer the iron folate, supplement with until the second month postpartum, and then administer malaria prophylaxis to all women on endemic areas as ordered by the doctor, and then give 2 tablets of chloroquine prostrate for about 250 milligrams every week during pregnancy, and then provide and promote health teachings on good nutrition, personal hygienes, and enough sleep and rest, and then discuss with the client with her expectations about the pregnancy, um, which includes the danger signs of pregnancy, the danger signs of labor, delivery, and its impact on the family, and then plan with the mother about the healthcare and the breastfeeding of the baby, and then discuss the importance of the prenatal and subsequent visits. So that's it for our prenatal visit return demonstration. So I hope you learned something from me, and then hope to see you guys on our next returning demo. Bye!